Hey there folks, how you doing? Welcome back to Planet Zoo. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my brand new zoo project. This is the Appley Valley Zoo. Now you may be wondering, well, what happened to the Greensboro Zoo? Well, I was basically feeling completely uninspired and completely, but it just wasn't clicking. I wasn't getting the creative boost from it. And I was stuck there going, okay, well, what do I do now, Chief? What do I got? What do I got? And what I figured was I'd start something new and I'd work on this for a while. And if I felt my creative juices come back for the Greensboro Zoo, I haven't closed it. I haven't deleted it. It's still there. I can always add to it. But this is going to be my new zoo project for probably the next couple months. It is a sandbox zoo, which means I don't have to worry about budget. I can get any animal I want, any scenery piece I want. And I'm going to be trying to pay attention to the details a lot and make it as pretty as possible and work it. Now, just so you guys know, I am basing this on a real world zoo. I'm not going to tell you which one because I'm not following it slavishly. But I am using it for things like, well, what animals do I want to do? What's the basic outlay that I'm going to use? Things like that. 1 second. That was me getting a drink of iced tea. I caught a little bit of a cold over the weekend, and unfortunately, it's causing my my voice to sound like this. I hope you can hear me well enough. Anyway, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm building a habitat for the little penguins. Little penguins have sort of become my go-to starter animal on all zoos these days. And in this case, it just so happened that the zoo that I'm emulating, the entrance animal, the animal that is right there in the entrance, is literally little blue penguins. So I was like, hey, that's got to be a thing. So that's what I'm building here. I'm building the habitat for the penguins. And, penguins are pretty easy to build for as long as you give them enough water, give them enough. They don't require a lot of space. You can put hundreds of them in a tiny little area. Not that I did here, but, they are very easy animals to take care of. And I do so love my penguins. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I need to tell you. I do have a schedule as far as the animals are concerned. I know what the next 5 or so animals that I may be putting in are. I know which are the next 5 species I'll be adding. Next up is a habitat for grizzly bears, and then after that's habitat for the North American raccoon. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, that's a North American area. Yeah, it is kind of. But I'll also be adding a couple of restaurants, and I'll start working on a Central American area. The zoo that I base this on does tend to divide up their animals into geographic areas. So you've got an African area, an Asian area, an Australian area, a Central American area, South American area, and a North American area. And the next area that I'm working on is the North American area. And I'm not working on this area because, okay, we're going to get, what I'm basically doing is I'm going counterclockwise. I have as a guide to my build a map of the zoo that I'm basing this on. And I'm starting at the entrance, I'm going counterclockwise. And I'm going to put in animals that correspond to the animals they have. And of course, if they don't, if the animals that they have next aren't by part of the Planet Zoo roster, I'll just skip it or find one that's close. There is, for example, going to be a sea lion habitat that's part of the North American area, not an aquatic area that's separate from everything else, not an ocean animal, just North America. Another drink of tea. What I really, really want is a cup of coffee, but I'm trying to cut down on my caffeine. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. This was a simple build. It didn't, it took me about an hour and a half. I hear, some of these people, they're like, oh, well, it took me 6 hours to build it. I'm like, why? Now, granted, I am not the most complicated builder, but I think the longest build I've ever done was maybe 2 hours. I don't get it. What are you doing that takes you 6 hours? Are you including planning time? Because if that's the case, I've worked on this already for about 19 hours. Not to mention the part of the zoo that, the entranceway and the parking lot. I had a parking lot. I will show you everything in the next episode before I get to the build. But yeah, this was a pretty simple build. I mean, it's a basic habitat. Like I said, penguins are not that hard to care for. And the next habitat is definitely going to be the grizzly bear. I've already started design on it, and I will be showing you the full build. It is going to be pretty. It really is. That's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for detailed. I'm looking for pretty. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the build. I will be doing these as speed runs from now on, mostly because I'm taking so long to do these builds. I know I said it didn't take that long, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I only said it took about an hour and a half. Well, you guys aren't going to watch an hour and a half long video. However, you will watch one that's 23 minutes long. And to that end, what I did was I speeded it to ×3. ×3 is fast enough so that it cuts down on the video length, but at the same time, it doesn't make things so fast that you can't tell what's going on. I mean, you look at the video right now, you can tell what's going on. I'm digging out an area for the water for the penguins. You can see I'm using the terrain tool. I'm cutting out some land. I'm shaping things. I'm moving the barriers around. I'm smoothing things out. You can tell what I'm doing. It's moving quickly, but it's not doing so quickly you can't tell what's going on. And that's the goal that I'm looking for. I just hope you can hear me okay, because like I said, my voice is kind of scratchy and shallow because I've got a cold right now. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to the build. I will put on some background music. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the new, about my loss of the ability to speak English, about the new zoo, about what I'm doing, about comments, suggestions, whatever you want to comment about. I love hearing from you guys, so please let me know, and I'll talk to you later on. I'll see you in the next episode.
destruction, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through. But you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it's that planet too. Grab your shovel, let's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a